Welcome to the English language class. Before I announce the topic, let us read the passage given below. The shrill ring of a friend's cell phone broke the pin drop silence, which fell after Yuvraj Singh's dismissal for a duck in the India-Pakistan World Cup semi-final. The call was from an unknown number, but he took it anyway. It must be something very important to warrant an interruption at such a moment. But it was a bank calling to ask if he wanted health insurance. Can you see the words marked in bold and in red color? Yes, they all are prepositions. So the topic for today is preposition. Isn't it a fun word to say? What a cool sounding word, isn't it? Prepositions. So let's begin. Let us understand what is a preposition. Preposition is a word which is used to link a noun or a pronoun with other words in the sentence. Link here means they provide the relationship between noun and other words in any sentence and thus makes the sentence complete. The other words may be noun, verb, or adjective. They act to connect the people, objects, time, and locations of a sentence. Here are a few examples. The first example we have over here is, there is a box on the table. In this sentence, the preposition on shows the relationship between two nouns. The two nouns are box and table. The next sentence is, the king rules over a vast kingdom. Here, the preposition is over, which shows the relation between a verb rules and a noun kingdom. The next sentence, South Africa is famous for its diamonds. In this sentence, the preposition is for, which shows the relation between the adjective famous and the noun diamonds. Let's look at the three types of preposition. They are divided into three types depending on three situations. When an event or thing happened, where the event or thing occurred, and in which direction the event or thing is happening. Prepositions that describes when an event happened are defined as preposition of time. The preposition that describes where anything is in context to the other is defined as preposition of place. The preposition that describes where to go or where to put something is called as preposition of direction. To begin with, let us start with preposition of place. Let us understand what is preposition of place. A preposition of place is a preposition which is used to refer to a place where something or someone is located. Prepositions of place gives you the ability to tell others where something is located. Preposition of place prepositions can be on, in, next to, in front of, behind, between, under, through, around. Let us have a look at few prepositions and their rules in detail. The first preposition we have over here is at. The preposition at denotes position at a point. For example, turn left at the next crossing. We can even use at with a larger place, also if we think of it as a point. a meeting place, or a stage in a journey. For example, I will wait for you at the theater. We often use at before the name of a building if we are thinking of the activity there. For example, we will take our dinner at Sagar Ratna. Next preposition is on, a position on a line. For example, Delhi is on the river Yamuna. It is also used a position on a surface. For example, the dictionary is lying on the table. It is even used attached to. There aren't many roses left on the bush. The next preposition is behind and in front of. These two prepositions suggest positions opposite to each other. For example, a long queue had formed behind me. There were only 2 passengers in front of me. Next prepositions are among and between. Among is used with more than 2 persons or things. Between is used with 2 persons or things. For example, the purse is kept among the bags. The pan is kept between the jug and the cup. Next preposition is under and below. Both under and below are used to indicate lower than something. We can use either of them. Below is used to suggest being lower in measurement. Under also indicates vertically below. It also suggests idea of contact. For example, the humidity was below average yesterday. Next example, the villager slept off under a tree. She kept the receipt under the tablecloth and forgot. So what are prepositions of place? Yes, they show where something happens. These are called as prepositions of place. For example, Sani was sitting under a tree. There is a wooden floor underneath the carpet. Some geese flew over their house. John and Sarah were hiding inside the wardrobe. There was a tree beside the river. I have a friend who lives in America. Now, let's have a look at the next type of preposition, that is prepositions of time. A preposition of time is a preposition that allows you to discuss a specific time period, such as a date on the calendar, one of the days of the week, or the actual time something takes place. Prepositions of time are the same words as prepositions of place. However, they are used in a different way. Let's have a look at few rules. For years, months, seasons, centuries, and times of day, use the preposition in. Let us have a look at few examples. I first met John in 1987. Next, it's always cold in January. Easter falls in spring each year. The Second World War occurred in the 20th century. We eat breakfast in the morning. For days, dates, and specific holiday days, use the preposition on. Let us have a look at few examples. We go to school on Mondays, but not on Sunday. Christmas is on December 25th. Buy me a present on my birthday. The next prepositions are for and since. Since indicates the point of time when an action started, and for indicates the period time for which an action has been going on. For example, they have been traveling since Monday. She has been sick for a week. Other prepositions of time could include during, about, around, until, throughout, etc. Let us have a look at few examples. The concert will be staged throughout the month of May. I learned how to ski during the holidays. He usually arrives around 3 p.m. It was about 6 in the morning when we made it to bed. The store is open until midnight. Now, the next type of prepositions is prepositions of direction or prepositions of movement. Let us have a look at its definition. Prepositions of direction indicate that something is headed for or directed to somewhere. Prepositions of movement or direction are along, over, through, up, down, onto, off, across, into, out of, around, towards. Let us see a few rules for it. Towards show direction and to indicates the sense of direction. For example, they went to the hospital. The car went towards the gate. The next preposition into indicates the movement towards the interior of something. For example, the dolphin jumped into the water. The candidate walked into the room for the interview. The next prepositions are for, at, and against. Let us begin with for. For suggests the beginning of a movement. For example, father left for office just now. At conveys the idea of hitting in the given example. For example, he threw the ball at me. Next preposition is against. Against shows contact or pressure. For example, he threw the stone against the wall. So, some prepositions show where something is going. They are called prepositions of direction. Let us have a look at few examples. The boys chased after each other. Next, the football rolled down the hill. A man was walking with his dog along the river bank. The freeway goes right through the city. We were traveling towards Miami. Thank you all.